This is a block of tofu, and this is some vegan salmon I made with that block of tofu. And it's super easy to whip up and can be used in just about any dish where salmon is called for. We can even make it blackened with a tangy dill sauce. And this is a similar process to my grilled tofu chicken recipe from a little while back, so if you've made that, you'll dig this too. And just like that one, I suggest getting some super firm tofu that's vacuum sealed and doesn't require pressing. You can always press some extra firm tofu, and I know folks like to tell me to do the twice frozen tofu method, which I tried, but my thoughts on that later. To prepare our tofu, it's quite simple. We simply need to slice the block in half, and now you could do just a straight slice, but I opted for a diagonal slice to get that familiar salmon type shape. And once it's cut in half like so, we're going to cut it in half again. So a block of tofu is going to get you 4 fillets. And once our fillets are portioned out, I'm going to score it to give us that flaky fish texture and to let the marinade penetrate more. And I've seen folks use chopsticks as a guide, but I prefer to score it on both sides, as I found slicing too deep can lead to the tofu being very delicate and falling apart. And doing it on both sides gets us the same amount of scoring, but with a bit more stability in my experience. Now that our fillets are scored, let's whip up the marinade. And this is a simple concoction, and it's honestly super dang tasty. We're going to start with a 1/4 cup of vegan mayo, 1 teaspoon of veggie bouillon, 1 tablespoon of miso paste, and 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, 1 teaspoon of dill weed, and 1 teaspoon of capers, as well as their brine, 1 tablespoon rice wine vinegar, 1 teaspoon MSG or a half teaspoon salt, half teaspoon of garlic powder, a half cup of beet juice for color, and then for some reason I'm going to try to whisk this even though I'm going to blend it up. But first, the ingredient that's going to make this taste fishy, 2 sheets of nori. Crush those up a bit so it's easier for the food processor to blend up. And I found that a blender can blitz the nori sheets into smaller pieces, but a food processor works fine too. Once it's mixed up, pour the marinade over your tofu and let that marinate for at least 3 hours, but overnight is best. The next day, our tofu salmon is ready for grilling, and now I've seen other folks do this thing where they take a nori sheet and then cut a section out like this and dip it in the marinade and then put it on the bottom of the tofu to create a kind of skin, but I honestly didn't really care for that and preferred browning both sides of the tofu instead. However, if you like the skin thing, then by all means, I have no skin in that fight. On to the grilling, which is a simple task of heating up a skillet with some oil and then pan frying your tofu salmon over medium to medium high heat for about 3 to 4 minutes per side. And then you're going to want to give them a flip, and personally, I gotta say, as I was filming this, I was like, dude, look at that. That looks a lot like salmon, but alright, it looks good, but does it taste like salmon? Well, for me, it tastes perfectly fishy and delicious. It's not as fishy as conventional salmon, but to me, that's a good thing. Although my wife did tell me it reminded her a lot of salmon, so maybe I just got some bad salmon back in the day. Either way, this stuff won't make your whole house smell like fish like conventional salmon does. And how is the texture? Well, I personally think super firm tofu has a great meaty texture, especially once it's been scored and marinated. Just like with my tofu grilled chicken, I tried out the twice frozen tofu, and to be honest, I'm just not a fan. The texture is just kind of spongy to me, and it didn't really seem to soak up more of the marinade, so for me, the super firm has the best texture. Another bonus is leftovers reheat really well, so you can make a batch of it for meal prep, and with some seasoning, you can switch it up. For instance, you could sprinkle on some blackening seasoning. Of course, you can use something store-bought, or you can quickly whip one up by yourself by combining 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of cayenne, use less if you hate spicy stuff, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons each of garlic and onion powder, 1 teaspoon each of oregano, thyme, and basil, and then about a teaspoon of black pepper, optional for a little zip, a 1/4 teaspoon of citric acid. Mix that up, and that is your blackening seasoning. And the dill sauce is really simple too. Just get 1 cup of unsweetened vegan yogurt, 2 tablespoons fresh dill, 1 tablespoon chopped chives, 2 cloves of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon chopped capers, the juice of half a lemon or about 1 tablespoon, and then salt and pepper to taste. And that is a zip-zappin' yogurt dill sauce for you. After that, it's just a matter of grilling and seasoning the tofu as you did before for about 3 to 4 minutes per side. And look, is this better than the best salmon I've ever had? Probably not, but is it better than the vast majority of all the salmon I've ever had? Absolutely. Something about the combination of the blackening seasoning and the dill sauce is just a match made in Flavor Town heaven. Of course, you can glaze these in some teriyaki sauce too. You can even cube them up and cook them in bite-sized chunks, then serve it up with some rice and veggies and sriracha mayo if you like. Or plate it up with some Brussels sprouts for added omega-3s. Like I said, you can honestly treat this like conventional salmon, so I really do hope you all try this out, and if you want to make a chicken version of this, check out this video right here, and until then, I'll see you all next time.